Shri Sadgurave Namah. Jai Guru. In its first part, posted on 18th of this month, 18th December 2023, we had seen that how or what does Lord Shri Ram, who is worshipped by nearly 1 billion people in India and abroad, have to say on the method of meditation as taught in the tradition of Santmat. That is, what does he have to say on inner meditation? And we have seen thus far in the first part how Lord Shri Ram exhorts us to practice inner meditation so as to secure our salvation grace. He likens our human body we have received as a result of the compassionate grace of God to a boat or ship to swim across the sea of existence, to overcome or end the cycle of transmigration. His grace, according to him, is the favorable wind blowing in the direction of the boat travel. However, for the boat to reach its desired destination safely and efficiently, what's needed is an oarsman or pilot, and that boatman or pilot, Lord Ram states, is a true guru. A true guru is the boatsman or pilot who can ferry our boat across the sea of existence and end the woeful cycle, unending cycle of transmigration or repeated cycles of births and deaths. But for a guru, it is quite likely for the boat to go astray and fail to reach the goal. Hence, scriptures are full of praise for the guru who is unavoidable for a sincere spiritual seeker. Many sants and Lord Shri Ram himself have eulogized Guru as being not only the manifest form of God, but even being greater than God. Lord Ram has averred this very clearly while teaching ninefold bhakti to the devout lady Shabri when he says, "Regard sants as greater than I." And this is very rational also. God, though is omnipresent, he pervades the whole of creation, and thus he indwells us too. But do we see him? Sadguru Maharshi Mehi Paramhans observes, God always lives with us, yet worldly sufferings keep haunting us. Guru teaches the way to end them all, so all sing glories of Guru. God lives within us, yet darkness of ignorance reigns supreme. Guru gives us the secret to light, to realize God in his pure form. The famed Sant Sahajobai from Rajasthan, India says, God hid himself from me. It is the Guru who gifted the lamp to see him. To set this ideal, to show to all the significance of Guru, Lord Shri Ram and Lord Shri Krishna themselves had Guru. Not one, but 2 Gurus each. Lord Ram had sage Vasishtha and sage Vishwamitra, while Lord Shri Krishna had sage Sandipan and sage Garg as their Gurus. And therefore Sant Kabir has remarked, who is greater than Ram and Krishna? They too had gurus. Masters of three worlds bowed down to their gurus. Lord Shri Ram himself established the ideal of Guru while teaching us how to secure our real beneficence. In the previous part of this talk, we have seen how Lord Shri Ram clearly ordained to practice meditation on inner light to his dearest disciple, Lord Hanuman. Goswami Tulsidas ji, the author, the poet of the epic Ramcharitmanas, had himself practiced that secret skill to visualize the exploits of Shri Ram, which he so vividly describes in his epic, the Ramcharitmanas. In Balkand, he openly admits, having applied the same divine lamp black to my eyes, with the help of which yogis are able to see the various spectacles of different lands within themselves, I now describe the story of Lord Shri Ram. What it means to say that the yogis or the ascetics who practice inner meditation and manifest that divine light within themselves, which enable them to see all across the universe the same divine light Goswami Tulsidas had also seen by dint of his meditation, and then he went on to describe the story, the saga of Shri Ram. However, Lord Shri Ram does not stop here. That is, he does not stop only advising to practice the yoga of inner light or drashti yoga. He asks his dearest devotee, Lord Hanuman, to move still further, still higher, still deeper, and perceive the inner divine sound, and then even transcend the unseen, that is sound, to not only know God, but to rather become God. He says in Muktika Upanishad, leaving behind the darshan or seen or the formed creation, as well as the adarshan or unseen or non-formed creation, the meditator is left with his self, his own self. Such a one, O Hanuman, becomes the knower of God, nay, God himself. Darshan is that which can be seen, or that which has a form, big or small, gross or subtle. The point is the seed of all the forms. To draw any kind of form or shape, we have to begin with a point. A point gets generated the moment we place the tip of pen or pencil or hair on paper. And when we have finished drawing the shape, and as we lift the pen or pencil or even a hair tip, we end in drawing a point. Any form, in fact, is nothing but a collection of an infinite number of points arrayed in a particular manner. Therefore, the point is said to be the seed of all formed creation, all that has form. The point is the tinier than the tiniest radiant form of God Lord Shri Krishna has referred to in the Bhagavad Gita. The one who sees this refulgent point sits atop the formed creation and can see anywhere through the space, as the Upanishad pronounces, absorbing the attention into a point, the ability to see far is gained. I'll repeat this statement. The one who sees this refulgent point within sits atop the formed creation and can see anywhere through the space, as the Upanishad pronounces, absorbing the attention into an absolute point, the ability to see far is gained. However, sages and scriptures inform us that beyond the formed creation lies the Arupa Brahmand. Rupa means form. Rup Brahmand means formed creation where there are forms to be seen. And Arup, A means not. So when you prefix A with Rup, it becomes not Rup, non-formed. Arup Brahmand means non-formed or creation without form. So sages and scriptures inform us that beyond the Rupa Brahmand, that is formed creation, lies the Arup Brahmand, creation without form, or Shabd, or sound, or word, or vibration. This is our common experience, even in our own lives, that there are certain things we can hear and know them to exist, though we cannot see them. While practicing meditation, as point form is seen, the meditator progressively gets to listen to a number of inner sounds that come from subtler to the subtlest regions. The Upanishads testify to this. The absolute point is the seed of letters, sound sits above that. And in another place it says, piercing the seat of point, sound is manifested. Although very much existent, we cannot see sound. Hence, Lord Shri Ram has referred to it as Adarshan, that is, which cannot be seen or which is invisible. Hints to the practice of meditation on sound are also found in the Ramcharitmanas. Let us revisit the dialogue of Lord Shri Ram and sage Valmiki, where Ram had asked him to suggest a suitable place to stay during his exile, and sage Valmiki had said that he being the all-pervading, there cannot be any place where he is not, and therefore he had suggested where he could live. And in the first place he had said that those who are, craving to see his point form is a suitable place for him to live. While narrating the places where Lord Shri Ram should reside, Valmiki suggests further, devotees whose ears are like sea, your tail is like many rivers, though being filled non-stop, which never become full. Hearts of such devotees are perfect home to you. But he says that just as rivers keep on pouring their water into the sea, but sea never becomes over full. Similarly, those devotees who incessantly keeps on hearing, harking that inner sound, divine sound, and never they get satiated, and they keep on listening to that sound, they are ever connected to that current of inner sound. Goswami is a suitable place for Lord Shri Ram, all-pervading Ram, to live. Goswami Tulsidas ji was an accomplished sant and has left several such subtle hints that go entirely unnoticed by an average reader as well as storytellers in the epic Ramcharitmanas. To ferret out these hidden pearls, it takes a true sant. Sadguru Maharshi Mehi comes out with a fantastic mystical interpretation of these quartets and couplets in the Ramcharitmanas. And interpreting these lines of Valmiki, he says, we see a number of rivers incessantly unloading their waters into the sea, and yet a sea is never seen to overflow or get flooded. Says Valmiki says that devotees whose ears are like insatiable sea for the rivers of tales of God that constantly keep listening to the tale of God are fit to receive His grace. Now, a very subtle aspect of the above lines that remains generally hidden from an ordinary eye or ear lies in the word Nirantar. Nirantar is a compound Bharati word or Hindi word formed of Nih and Antar. Nih means without or devoid of, and Antar means gap or interval. So the word Nirantar means unbroken, unabated, or incessant. Valmiki ji says that such ears which can hear the story of God constantly without any break whatsoever will be eligible to have His grace. Now, the moot point worth pondering is that do we know of any such storytelling that goes on forever? Can there be a speaker who can go on forever talking? And can there be a listener? Can there be a listener who, without dropping his or her concentration even for a fraction of a moment, can go on listening unabated? Then, which tale the wise says Valmiki is hinting at in the above quoted lines? Sages and scriptures tell us that there is a tale that God Himself tells and keeps telling without even the slightest break. That there is a song that God Himself keeps singing unabatedly forever and ever, that ceases not even for a septillionth or octillionth of a second. For if that were to stop even for the smallest fraction of a moment in any part of creation, that part of creation would meet with immediate and complete dissolution, would cease to exist. That is the real Bhagavad Katha, God's tale or tale by God. That is the real Bhagavad Gita. Gita means song, Bhagavad means divine. So that is the real divine song or the Gayatri. It keeps happening all the time in the whole of universe and is the sustaining force for the existence of all that exists. A Sufi Sant from Hathras, Sant Tulsi Sahab had said, listen intently into the dome of the God-made temple. Listen intently in the dome of the God-made temple, that is our own body. A call is issuing from the primordial abode to take you back. Darashiko, here dome is our own head. If we try to look it from inside, then the top of our head would appear like a dome. And there the meditator, by concentrating his attention, gets to listen to the divine sound, to the divine song. And that is what Sant Tulsi Sahab is referring to. And out of all those sounds, there is one sound which is directly and forever coming from God Himself. As if He is calling us back to join Him where there is our own true home. Dara Shikoh, the son of the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, who had translated some of our scriptures, including the Bhagavad Gita, has written, cleanse your ears that are filled with the wax of arrogance and skepticism, and then you will hear the sound in every direction coming from the heavens above. It's a mystery why we wait to hear the divine trumpet resounding on the day of judgment. when the sweet sound of the divine trumpet resounds unceasingly even now. Risala-e-Haq Noma, page 16. Mahatma Gandhi also did talk of this inner sound, which he said remains hidden from us because we are too busy with things mundane. Upanishads and sayings of Sants are replete with references to the divine sound. Sant Kabir Sahab ironically remarks, where the 5 central sounds and 36 ragas, rag is a tone, musical tone or melodic framework. So he says, where the 5 central sounds and the 36 ragas played, alas, that temple is now lying vacant, where crowds are sitting over it. That temple is none but our own body, where we have ceased to listen to those melodies, divine melodies. Nothing, say sages and scriptures in unison, could be ever created or come into existence without sound, vibration, or word. All the different kinds of creation owe their existence to the quintessential, unstruck, primordial sound or vibration, but for which nothing would be created. That vibration keeps ringing, that divine melody keeps resonating, and that sound keeps pulsating through the minutest of interstices of creation, always, without any break. This very sound or word finds reference even in the Bible. In the beginning was the Word was with the God. The one who is able to tune in precisely to this Bhagavad Katha, the tale that God Himself is telling, the song that God Himself has been singing to call us, to attract our attention, is able to get back to his or her own true abode. This is the incessant, continuous tale that Valmiki Ji is referring to, without any break. This is the adarshan or invisible Lord Shri Ram is talking of while teaching meditation to Lord Hanuman. This anahat nad or unstruck sound sprang forth from the only God, one only God, when He had the sweet will or the playful mood mentioned in the Vedas. I am one, let me be many. Ekoham bahusyam. This sweet will or moj took the form of a vibration, primordial vibration, the first vibration that was inseparably associated with the resultant accompanying sound or word. This very unstruck sound is also variously referred to as the dhvanyatmak om or phonetic om, the udgit, pranav, sphot, sar shabd, satnam, the word, hiranyagarbha, brahmand, adinam, shabd brahma, Ramanam, Krishnanam, Tao, Logos, etc. At the center of this primeval unstruck sound lies the God Himself. The soul that grasps the thread or stream of this quintessential word is quite naturally pulled along upstream to its origin or center, where the realm of sound or adarshan also ends. Where adarshan too is left behind, where only soundlessness, motionlessness remains, complete peace reigns supreme. That is the real abode of God. The Upanishad declares, the absolute point is the seed of form, sound sits atop that, where that sound also dissolves into the indestructible entity, there lies the highest soundless state. The one who is able to attain this highest state of absolute motionlessness or soundlessness or tranquility or quietude that lies beyond everything, is a Sant. The Mahopanishad says of such an accomplished being who has seen the true, eternal, supreme sovereign, all the knots in his heart are shattered. All the knots or ties, KNOTS, in his heart are shattered. All his doubts destroyed. All his actions are annihilated. Who has seen that transcendental being? Sadguru Maharshi Mehi Paramhans defines a Sant as he or she whose soul during the state of the deepest trance reaches and merges into the highest state of soundlessness, and upon descending to the level of body, whose soul remains always without a break connected, ever connected to the quintessential unstruck sound, even when he is seen by others to conduct normal business, sitting, walking, eating, talking, working, even sleeping in the outer world, or even when he is sleeping, is a true Sant. That is the ultimate, indestructible, eternal, soundless, motionless, and completely peaceful state, the true state of God, where Lord Shri Ram instructs his devotee Lord Hanuman to reach. This is the bhakti, devotion, the inner meditation as taught by Lord Shri Ram. And if we look at this teaching of Lord Shri Ram, we'll find it in perfect consonance with the teachings or the precepts of Santmat. They are in complete agreement with each other, and the same holds true about what Lord Shri Krishna has to teach in Srimad Bhagavad Gita to his friend, cousin and devotee Arjun. Om Shri Sadguruve Namaha Jai Guru. So this gives us confidence also that what Sants in the tradition of Santmat have been teaching is in perfect agreement, in consonance with the teachings of sacred scriptures, with the teachings of incarnations of God. Thank you very much for listening. This was an article I had written several years ago, and I thought it will be good to share with you. Please let your views be known in the comment box. And if you have any questions or clarifications to ask, please feel free to do so, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my limited abilities. Thank you very much once again. Jai Guru.